Joining us now, NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach is outside the courthouse in Virginia, and NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris with us. Gary, I'll start with you. This hearing took place just within the last hour. Take us through what happened in court and what else the DOJ is saying about these new charges.
Hey there. Yeah, it was a very brief hearing, about 7 minutes in length. He appeared there. He was surrounded by members of his family, about a half a dozen members of the Comey family that were here for this initial appearance for James Comey. His attorney, Pat Fitzgerald, said that they were going to be filing motions for this to suggest this was a selective and vindictive prosecution. That's a similar motion to the one they filed the last time James Comey was indicted. I do want to throw to a piece of sound here from the Attorney General Todd Blanche. He was talking about what exactly the type of evidence they have that they shared to this grand jury to get this indictment. Here's what he had to say.
Grand juries hear evidence. That evidence is not something that anybody can talk about today. But when you talk about whether proof exists, the proof that we have is in the fact that the grand jury returned an indictment.
Now, James Comey did not enter a plea today because he's actually not being charged here in the Eastern District of Virginia. He's being charged in the Eastern District of North Carolina. That's where that photo of seashells was taken.
And to that end, Misty, I want to bring you in first to clarify that photo of seashells. Comey apologized, but also said it's not what many people interpreted it to be. And NBC News, on a different note, spoke with a Justice Department official who said about this case that it was a complete loser and a waste of resources, also predicting that a judge would ultimately dismiss it. Misty, I wonder what you make of this indictment.
Yeah, that highlights some significant issues with this prosecution, because not only does the Justice Department have to prove that Comey intentionally threatened to kill the president or inflict great bodily harm, there's a couple of issues with that. We know what he did after the fact. He recognized that it wasn't the interpretation that he had meant by it and took it down. Also, 86. That's a very, very ambiguous term. That ambiguity not going to be the friend of the prosecutor because it could have so many meanings. So to prove that this isn't First Amendment protected speech versus what the requirement is, which is a true threat, is really going to be a tough one for the Justice Department.
And Gary, while we have you, we just got some breaking news out of that same courthouse in Virginia. This is about the suspect charged in the deadly bombing in Afghanistan in 2021. He's been found guilty. Remind us about the case and what happens now.
Yeah, a lot going on here in the federal courthouse in Alexandria. Mohammed Sharifullah was charged with one count of providing material support to a foreign terrorist organization, that's ISIS-K. He was accused by the prosecutors here in the Eastern District of Virginia of planning the Abbey Gate bombing that killed 13 U.S. service members at the airport in Kabul in 2021. He could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Sentencing will be in the next few months.
All right, Misty Marris, Gary Grumbach, thank you for that.